This is just a sandwich.
Cue the music.
If you could give 3 pieces of advice to your 15-year-old self, what would you focus on?
First and foremost, do whatever you're gonna do. It's working. Second, maybe lay off on the bleaching of the hair a little bit.
Do you guys like to hang out with your fans, or do you just do it because you're paid to do it?
I love hanging out with people, especially fans. But if somebody's gonna pay me to do it, I'll totally take that money. I didn't know somebody was getting paid. Are my bandmates getting paid?
You're walking along train tracks with your dog and you hear a train approaching. Nearby is a guy jogging down the tracks with his MP3 player turned up so loud that he can't hear anything. Your dog gets away from you and gets his leash caught in the tracks. You see a train rapidly approaching. The guy doesn't hear it, and you can't save both the guy and the dog. Who do you save?
Everybody knows that there are rocks by train tracks. That's just a given. So first I would pick up a rock and just hurl it at that guy's head and just hit him in the head, hopefully knocking him out onto the tracks. Then I would do the same for my dog. I don't have a dog. Was the idea to kill them?
What was your least favorite class in high school and why?
I really hated history, and the teacher was not my favorite teacher, but the main reason is just because history is a lie.
Do you use any stomp boxes or rack effects on the album /live?
In the studio I use a variety of different pedals, anything from flange to chorus to different gain or distortion or fuzz, compression, and then live I really don't use anything. I just do everything with my hands. Try to get coarse with your hands. That's tricky.
What was your oddest occasion of ever being recognized by a stranger?
One time I went straight to the movie theater from a wedding, and somebody from the middle of one of the rows saw me, came over to me, and asked if I was Hunter, and I said, yes, I am. And then they said, okay, my girlfriend totally loves you. I said, oh, that's cool. I'm just trying to find a seat. And he says, oh, we can move over to make room for you. So, thank you.
If you're familiar with the Iron Chef on the Food Network, let's pretend...
Okay, I've never seen the Iron Chef. I really don't watch TV. But I'd like to square off against Chef Boyardee. Is he on that show? I think he's on that show.
Hunter, if you ever had to design a house, what would it look like?
If I designed a house, it would be like a log cabin, but a high-rise log cabin.
How do I teach my kitten to tango?
Everyone knows that it takes 2 to tango, so you're going to need a second kitten. And then maybe like a rose or something. And then, I don't know how you would teach it, maybe use some sort of incentive program with food or like cat treats or maybe catnip.
In your honest opinion, what is the greatest movie of all time and why?
Okay, the greatest movie of all time is North by Northwest, directed by Alfred Hitchcock, starring Cary Grant, Eva Marie Saint, music by Bernard Herrmann, title sequence by Saul Bass.
In consideration of the vegan/lactose intolerant community, could you perhaps suggest a vegan alternative title for the movie Milk?
Yes. Harvey. Wait, no, that's already a movie. Harvey 2.
Should I work a shitty job and pay rent and eat, or quit and force myself to find a more creative way of making money for rent and food?
I'm thinking, why not do both? Sorry about this, Hunter.